Alright, today we are talking about Thor the Dark World. After we're going to start talking about the movie, first I want to talk about other stuff for later videos. I was wrong in my previous video. Basically, what my thought was because honestly I did not know when I was going to finish phase 1 to go forward to phase 2, because honestly we are in phase 2 and this is the second movie to phase 2. So fortunately I thought Iron Man 3 was the actually yeah. Sorry. I thought Iron Man 3 was the last movie to phase 1, but fortunately Iron Man 3 was the first movie for phase 2. So that means Avengers was actually the last movie for phase 1. So I get that mixed up a little bit. In my head I thought of it, but when I looked it up I was wrong. Yeah, people make mistakes, but I just want to let you know I made a mistake. So fortunately, now I know we're in phase 2. And also I notice of this movie is not probably for everyone, and generally everybody has different opinions and stuff. But in other people's opinion about this movie is not good, because feeling like people were saying like Thor the Dark World is probably like the worst Thor movie in the MCU. So like I don't know. I definitely know, I think in my opinion to this is the first Thor movie is better than this movie. But just kind of slight and stuff. We know we have Thor Ragnarok and now Thor Love and Thunder as well, and those going to be in the future to talk about in this video and stuff. But and generally, I kind of enjoy this movie.
What?
Honestly, it really tells a story, and hopefully I can tell you why. Starting off with the movie with Odin fighting the Dark Elves. There's a lot of fighting in these typical movies and stuff. Obviously, they're superheroes. But it's cool to have like some flashback, little storyline of what's gonna like what happened in other realms and those typical god worlds or whatever and stuff. So that is that. And this movie even takes place after Avengers. And it could be like at the same time as Iron Man 3. Because, and generally for this is because Loki was pretty much like the biggest villain in the Avengers movie. Went down to Earth, brought a lot of aliens to Earth, trying to destroy and stuff. Fortunately, the Avengers stopped them. So for this movie, it shows Odin basically punish Loki what he did in the Avengers in New York. And then after that, like, there's times like Odin totally like roasts Loki.
All this because Loki desires a throne.
It is my birthright.
Your birthright was to die as a child,
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
cast out onto a frozen rock.
This is probably like the funniest scene in this movie where Dr. Eric is like butt naked at the Stonehenge, and he's like trying to like work on something, and I don't know what he's doing and stuff, but it's just hilarious because he's butt naked. Disney movie. I think this is big for this movie. Jane and Darcy and other people like found out there was a portal to this area and stuff, and where Earth is at, and generally like they were going back and forth, so they were like throwing like crazy stuff, like even they like threw like one of the keys to their car and then it didn't come back. This is the second time we are going to see another Infinity Stones in the movies and stuff. Now this is the Reality Stone. The other stone was the Space Stone and in Captain America and the First Avengers and the Avengers. And there was like something about the Reality Stone kind of went into Jane and stuff, and somehow the Dark Elves was like woken. I don't know. I thought this was kind of like a cool scene where Jane actually went to the place, got the Reality Stone in her and stuff, and then she went back to Earth and stuff, and then Thor just showed up middle of nowhere where she's at or whatever and stuff. And then it's like pouring rain and stuff, and when she's like walking and stuff, there's like a circle around her, and where she's standing is like no rain coming on her and stuff, and an outdoor of her is just rain. So she's not getting pouring rain. The other people around her is getting pouring rain. It's just a matter of who's going into where in her circle you're not going to get rained on, but you go out of the circle, you're going to get rained on. I thought that was a cool, like, graphic type of thing and stuff. I don't know. I'm a rain person, so I just thought that was like a cool, like, magic type of thing. I don't know. It's Marvel. And we got like this biggest fight ever at Asgard, where the Dark Elves came down and just trying to go for Jane or whatever because she has the Reality Stone. Malekith is probably the biggest villain of the movie. He's like more of like the leader of the Dark Elves. He is the one, and also Cruz is like the other villain in the movie as well. Basically, we're the one fought Frigga, that is Thor's mother, and she got stabbed and died. This is the time like you're feeling like you feel bad for Loki, because there is a point where Loki is locked up, and fortunately there is a time when Frigga was still alive at the time. She came and had like a conversation with Loki and of saying something about his father. Fortunately, Loki basically said like, well, he's not my father, and so am I not your mother or whatever and stuff. That probably hurt Loki right there. Like, I felt that as well. Like, oh, that be hard, because if you're like the adopted kid, not being part of this family very well, different type of ways and worlds and stuff, like, man, you could say like, you feel bad for Loki. If not, I don't know. You know, people say like, well, he's a villain. We're like, who cares about that? But like, but I'm feeling like Loki does have a good heart and generally, but in other ways he has his ways or whatever. Who knows? I just know Loki is very big in the MCU and stuff, so it makes him very important. Speaking of Loki doing some funny things and stuff, because Thor got him out of the area and stuff where his chamber was at and stuff. Loki was just doing his, again, I think this is magic and generally and stuff, because he can transform into like other people and stuff. When they were walking in this hallway and stuff, there was a time he was like one of like Odin's like soldier type dude and stuff. There was a time Loki changed Thor to Sif. I thought that was like a, like a funny thing. Thor's a girl, whatever and stuff. And then Loki became Captain America, and fortunately, they do have like an edited thing where Loki actually did play the whole thing as him and generally, but it's actually Chris Evans Captain America in this scene and stuff. And I just thought, like, gotta love Captain America in this scene and stuff. So I just thought that was like a cool thing, funny scene, whatever and stuff. We gotta love it. And then obviously we have this crazy fight scene where Thor, Loki, going at the Dark Elves and stuff, destroying them and stuff. So for that is, obviously now we know Loki is dead, but in generally there is a time Loki is now Odin at the time and stuff. So the thing is, where is Odin? We don't know. I didn't even notice this as well because Joshua Dallas is actually the one played Vandal in the first Thor movie, but in the second movie, in this movie we're talking about, Zachary Levi, Shazam, is playing Vandal. But overall, I'm not saying like this movie was horrible. It's not like the best movie out there, but it's one of them. Like I think this movie is pretty good and generally and stuff. Like I would give it out like 5 out of 10 and stuff. Like it's decent. It has storylines of it, like storytelling I meant to say and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It goes towards more other things and stuff to the next movie and stuff. So I don't know. A lot of people really hate this movie, and I can see why, but I I don't know. I'm not sleeping on it of like it's a bad movie. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. That's just my opinion and generally and stuff. But I know you guys would think it's pretty bad. I don't know. Hopefully, of knowing. Comment below if you guys enjoyed this movie overall. I know I enjoyed it, especially seeing a guy butt naked in the movie. I don't know. It's Thor. But yeah, but that's that. Next movie is. Whew, I'm super excited for the next movie. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I'm gonna get more hype. You need to get more hype because this is gonna be more hyped up for myself and stuff, and I want to explore this to you guys more than ever. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy more than ever. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say more is crazy and stuff. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But I'm gonna call that for there and stuff. Like and subscribe, give that notification, more things. Also subscribe my other channel, 200 Batman and Baseball. If you're in baseball content person, go check that out and stuff. I got one video over there and stuff, but more is coming out even with this channel as well. So hopefully, be part of this group we're gonna have and stuff. I need to grow sometimes and stuff. So that will help me a lot and stuff. And just thank you for watching.